but it's not a round to be proud of, unfortunately. That's a tough way to go out.
Conversation we had back on Mirage with the inability to close over 9 map points only to win the first in OT. You said a classic sign of pressure.
Yeah.
When the comeback is yours to accomplish, so is losing to time.
Yeah. Whether it looked like they could plant or not, they didn't give themselves a real chance of taking a site with control and patience. They just had to rush it down. And yes, there are moments here where Vitality are even confused, and that's because the options they thought were real weren't. So that's a 4-round game. Falcons have to do better than that. It's hard to compare an IGL to someone like Apex, who has played for as long as he has, versus all the best teams in the world in history, and who has been IGLing for 6 years now.
Wealth of experience in different roles on different rosters in different periods of Counter-Strike. We talk about Kerrigan's encyclopedia that he's able to tap into. Apex is creating those pages.
Yeah, not only has he become a great IGL, he's now the one that everyone copies. That's the biggest compliment to his game. But are you just going to be a cheap imitation? And if so, are you going to be obvious?
Man, what are they trying this time? We've gotten down to 40 seconds,
yeah,
and there's barely been movement.
This is bad again. I think they want to take an upper because that's where their best entries have been. Apex catches lurks from this position. This is why you play here.
It's a deep lean. It's a back turn to him. Oh, but he lets Flamesy drop in the process. Hut push means bomb dropped. Mezzy off the site again. Rock solid anchors. Rock solid Vitality. They pull it off again. 100 days since their last loss. And a win streak that won't just go one step further, but rather one that'll cross yet another continent. From Melbourne to Lisbon, to Stockholm, to Poland, and now in Copenhagen too, the 8th Counter-Strike 2 trophy for this organization. Truly feels like we can say the sky is the limit.
They didn't need Inferno to do this. After that, it felt like they would give up. That they couldn't put on another performance to match their last one, and yet here they are, delivering again. Performing miracles and magic. And destroying rivalries right before our eyes, before they even begin. Mouse or Falcons or Spirit, no one can stand up to this roster right now.
Blood, sweat, and tears put into this Falcons project, and it will continue to attempt. In a time where the top 4 feels so tight, it is clear there is one that steps ahead of the rest. Your Blast Rivals champions, Team Vitality.
100 days, 25 undefeated series, 5 trophies in their grasp. This defines this legend made flesh. These players become gods of the game of Counter-Strike, and the Falcons tried to knock them from their heavenly perch, but they could do no more than touch the hem of their jerseys. Vitality are ascending before our very eyes, becoming something truly rare, something they said couldn't be done in the modern era of Counter-Strike. This is dominance. This is glory. This is vitality. Welcome, boys. Congratulations, another win.
Thank you. Yeah, another one with 5 maps as well. I think I'm dying.
We
more
couldn't
and
make
more
it easy
after
for you.
mates. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Mate,
We
so
had
tough.
we played so good and so bad at the same time on some maps, like Mirage, City Side. I don't know what the hell happened. We made good plan, and then someone is not following the plan, and we lose a run after another one. It was really fucked up. Inferno as well. We were like just still sleeping on Inferno.
Yeah, Inferno, we were out of the map. I thought it's gonna be a 0-3 if we keep going like that.
And the other 3, we play super well, and
Yep.
and we play and winning on Nuke again. It feels good.
I mean, first of all, though, what does it mean to just keep it all going? Just like, I know you guys are super tired about just the streak and everything, but like, you're still pushing it. You're still bringing a game that Falcons couldn't beat today.
Yeah, because we are really hungry about winning. We know that this kind of team maybe happens once in a career, in a lifetime. So I think since we won Katowice, I tell the guys, we're
Win
so lucky
everything.
to have the team, and let's try to win every tournament we can, because we're here anyway. Why would we waste our time? So we know next week we have a week off, and we kept telling each other like, only 3 days, guys. Let's give our best for 3 days, and then we off, and then 2 days, and then 1 day, and then we win the 5th trophy together in a row. That's actually crazy. I never expected
My
to
life is
do that.
fucking nuts.
Nah, I mean,
And we lost here to Eternal Fire.
yeah,
but we're cooked.
we started in this studio against Aurora. They are maybe the final boss for us. I don't know. But yeah, I remember actually when we lost that game back in Blast Bounty. I told the guys, "You've been working so well and improving so much since the beginning of the year," and I knew that it wasn't our level that day. We didn't play well as a team. Well, not play as individuals. And I told them, let's keep rolling, and I swear we're going to win Katowice and other tournaments. Now it's 5 in a row.
Other tournaments, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Many
pretty
of them.
insane.
You know, after that tournament, actually, I think ropz was in an interview saying that all we have to do is fix the T sides, and it's going to be very, very easy. Was it?
I think it was the city sides.
It's both, mate. It was both. No, because at the beginning that was not the easiest with Robin. I think when we did online, I remember against Metisport we struggled on T-Side Mirage. Then we play Eternal Fire, we struggled on T-Side Mirage.
True.
So yeah, I think that was issues. And here it's the same for us or for Falcons. Like we're trying to work between games. I tried to work yesterday to create new stuff because we knew our Mirage T-Side was a bit weak the last 2 games. So I wanted us to improve. And then there was our city side being shit, and then being good on T side. But that's all CS work. You always need to work after on one side, and then another side, and then another map, and try to be as good as possible in that regard.
I want to ask you about some moments and some moments that you've had through all these tournament runs. It feels like, from the outside looking in, it almost feels like magic at times, right? Like there's some sort of spell where every one of those crazy plays or 50-50 moments seems to be breaking your way. We had a few of those. We had you walking out of T-Con all the way through and towards B on train.
Oh my
We
God.
had you here on
so
Noob,
funny, man.
up on the B site.
I was so happy. My communication this round was like, oh my God, guys, I have a joker. Like, there is nobody. There's nobody.
I was crazy this round. We were like, what the fuck?
And I'm so greedy. I wanted to knife him on B, but I was like, they will bully me.
The crowd, you were scared of the crowd.
Yeah.
I was calling
used to
for
the
it back in the green room. But genuinely, does it feel that way in the server? Does it at times feel like there's just something extra, something special beyond just the decisions in the server that's making these rounds go your way?
I think obviously the rounds go our way, but we also risk a lot to go that way because who's rushing electric in 145? So we do something big to get an opportunity that's also gonna reward us. But I think also there is, to some extent, like we just grind out the official and we just play like round by round. And even on Mirage, it was 12-3 and we didn't aim to get it to overtime. We just said to each other, let's just be competitive. Let's get competitive and start playing CS. And that's what we did. And you found yourself in an overtime that you lose, sadly. But it's just about like staying in the game and keep playing competitive, and we know how good the players are. So people can just, we have Zayu, ropz, Danny's playing well, is calling well. So many people can just chime in and win you a sick round, but also many players are doing plays towards that as well to have a situation like that.
You guys obviously have created a really strong structure that puts you in winning positions, but it also feels like you guys are kind of gaining that aura, kind of like what Zipnix had, where people would just make mistakes against him sometimes. Like, how do you attribute that though? Because like, I mean, like for example, when Zayu was in apartments, Kicksand could have stuck the bomb, but he just gets off kind of. I don't know if you remember that round on Mirage, where he's like, okay, no, don't worry about it. Okay, what about the knife one at like 0.01 through the smoke?
Do you realize how low that was?
I knew it was really close. I couldn't find him, and when I knifed, I'm like, oh.
Dan, it was so close that it showed 0.01 live, and then when they played it on the replay, it showed 0.00. It was somewhere between 1 millisecond and no milliseconds.
Actually,
that's how close that was.
In France, what we usually say is, we asking, no, where's the girlfriend? Because if you're that lucky, my girlfriend is backstage, so I'm pretty lucky. Oh, maybe something happened. I don't know. Amber, what happened? It's always the same. You always have a part of luck in some games as well, or a part of playing well, individual well as well. I mean, it's a thing of everything combined, I would say.
Yeah, we asked, or at least I asked you yesterday about Xtaz. How about for like vocal contributors today? I'm sure everybody, but like what did ropz bring today to keep you guys centered?
We don't know about Robin. I mean, he does his preparation on the side, and we have no idea. He's lobby, and at some point he kicks on top of it. And us, we're like, I have an inner. Like, what the fuck? We for secret, mate.
Yesterday night, he went hot and tried to kill a bot on top of it. He did it like 12 times, and I saw him, and then he does it on official.
Yeah.
That's ropz for you.
I mean, he's just so hardworking and always trying to find new stuff. I think we're pretty good together in that regard. That like we just always try to find something. And for today, I found new strats as well against them, trying to find a new call because we've been on the road for 2 months and a half, played 25 maps, everyone know everything. So maybe changing a small thing, and that worked on few games. So I'm just happy. Sometimes it doesn't, but like hardworking is always a key, I would say, and I think that's what we do also. Like it's nothing like coming from the sky or whatever. It's no dreams. It's just hard working from everyone in the team.
It feels like it's unified vision, right? As well, right?
Yeah.
I hear you talking about it. It's all about we have this moment, we have this streak. This is a rare team. We have to win everything that we're at this point while it still lasts. I want to ask you, Flamesy, right? He's the leader. He's got the mantras and all of those, but it does feel like everyone's bought in. ropz was speaking to me about it in the pregame interview as well. This idea that it's just we have to take this as far as we got. We got no regrets when we look back. What is it like to have a leader like Apex beside you?
I think with Dan, it's something special because no matter the circumstance, you might have a shit start to the tournament, you might lose, you might have a delayed flights on 3 players, but he will always come and tell you guys, we fucking come here to win the event. We're not coming to just waste our time. And I think one thing that, from young age to the difference of someone like Apex with a very old age is that you can see that he wants to seize every tournament because you never know how you never know when it's going to be your next final. We won 5 tournaments. The next final might be in a year, hopefully not, but you never know and you want to enjoy every moment. And this is something that in the team, the culture of the team, but also because of Dan is really big that, we want to seize every opportunity we can. And last year we fucked up so many opportunities. And on this year we don't want to give out anything. And to be honest, it comes down to just playing to our level. Because, Falcons might proc now for 3 weeks and play really good CS and we might lose to them. But it's just about playing to our level and playing to our... And if we lose on our terms and not on the enemy terms. And that's just key if you're a good team to keep sticking to your own mindset, and I think that's what he brings a lot.
I've got 2 more questions, and then I'll let you go. I'll let you go. These are the last 2. First, I don't know how easy this is to see when you're within the team, but looking from the outside, looking at the context of what you've done, what you're building, where are you looking at yourselves at this vitality in the context of all-time Counter-Strike teams?
We're not even there. We didn't win the major. When we win a major, maybe we will talk about something about vitality. But for now, it's not done yet, and we might fail the next one. But doesn't mean that we're not gonna win the second one in the year. For us, yes, we're a great team. There's no doubt, but great team win in important moments, and that's what we will have to do in Austin. We know all the pressure on ourselves, but it's okay. Well, we are lucky also to have this pressure. That's always what we talk, when we talk to each other. That's what our performance coach tell us is, guys, you're just lucky. Everyone wish they will be in our shoes. So it's just the way you embrace it and you handle it. So for us, let's not talk yet about all-time great or whatever. Let's win a major and maybe we'll start a conversation.
That dovetails nicely into my last question. Are you winning in Austin?
We come for that. Not gonna lie. I want to establish myself as a IGL with 2 majors. I want my 2 young guns and my coach to win a major. That's a fantastic feeling. It will never beat Paris, even though that was CCT playoff for a lot of people. But the amount of of enjoyment, etc. I had during that major was insane. And I'm pretty sure this guy will feel the same if they win the first major. So I'm also fighting for those guys because I really want to bring it home for them. And of course, for myself as well and the others. But yeah.
I got one more. You guys are taking a week off. What are you doing?
I'm going to Italy, enjoy a bit of day off. I'm not going to touch CS at all, or my girlfriend kills me probably. I need to be able to... what's important in this moment when you go back to back events, we need to take some pressure and we need to be able to reset and come on next Monday with a lot of energy, being ready for the last step for the major. Having new stuff maybe on the weekend or whatever. And I also do the Dead of the Groom of Jax. That is gonna next weekend. So just it's gonna be fun for me to not be too much hungover for the week of practice. So yeah, that's my plan personally.
How about you, Flames?
I don't know yet. No, it's fine. For now, it's fine. I think, to be honest, I don't have any plans. I have actually have an anniversary 1 year with my girlfriend, so I'll...
Congrats.
Yeah,
Come up with some plans.
Actually,
Let me give you some advice.
Yeah.
Come up with some plans.
No, I have plans for that, but it's I cannot say it on TV, obviously.
We always make
That's
a plan
good.
in the team. We repeat that every round. Let's make plans.
Yeah,
make plans,
Remy's coming in. He's coaching him up on how to set up the dates, where to book the restaurant.
Any plan is better than no plan.
Flowers.
Exactly.
But
They'll
up
say they
until
don't want
then,
flowers, they always want
rest,
flowers.
Just enjoy a bit, just take some time off. Sometimes for me, I just like to chill at home. I don't have to go out and stuff like that. And obviously, anniversary will be a bit of we do something, and then back to CS.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Greatness. 5 trophies.
Insane.
Thank you, boys.
Congrats.
Insane indeed. Unbelievable, frankly.
Truly.
Unreal. Vitality.
That's just, I mean, beyond the fact that it's 5 in a row, it's 8 for the organization in CS2. That just dwarfs every other team right now, okay? Spirit won 4 in CS2. I think it was Navi won 4 as well. Phaser pretty far behind with 2 LAN trophies. So Vitality right now, they are clearly in an era of their own. They are just on another level, and I think it's pretty obvious for anybody that's listening to Apex's answers that it's not just luck. Like they're not just fluking these finals or anything like that. He's working hard every single time to put all of his players in the right position so that they have the best chances to succeed.
I mean, it's easy to feel that Vitality is just clicking. Everything they're doing right now just seems to be working out. And even though they end up looking silly sometimes by losing rounds, then they just bounce right back, and they just seem to be having an answer for everything. And I remember that from my time in back in Astralis, you know, every time it felt like people had their number and they were about to break their back, then they just come back and they win anyway. That is how it feels right now.
Yeah, the beginning of their streak, I kind of question when do they falter and do they recover from that? And this event and Melbourne, I really think it's proven nothing can phase this team. Nothing can bring them out of their comfort zone. They can overcome almost any obstacle.
They're totally bought in. They're totally bought in. The power of the belief, the power of having no regrets. I think Flamesy summed it up when he said, it's not just that things are happening for us. We're making the play. Who's rushing at 145 out towards E-Box? He's making the play. They're never afraid to make that move. I do want to ask a question to you, Dupree, because Apex understandably didn't want to step right into the middle of it, but this is a team that we are beginning to talk about as one of the teams of all time. What they're doing is truly incredible. You are part of the team that we would call of all time, the greatest. What do you make of this Vitality? Where do you place them? Where do they stack up against your Astralis of yore?
I mean, they're getting there. There's still some time. I feel like they still need to win a couple of majors. Maybe like at least if they win in Austin, and then maybe finish out the year by winning more, then we could have the conversation. I think that that they're obviously a very great team, and you know they're looking super hot now going into the major as well. But at this point, also like. They can only disappoint at the major at this point. Like when they go into the tournament, there's only one thing, that's getting the trophy. If they don't get it, that is a disappointment for them. And I think it's just a matter of time before some of the teams catch up. I mean, I feel like the Falcons are like, they're close, right?
Yep.
They're not that far off. Maybe with a little bit more practice, I mean, like with more protocol, I think they can get it to work. But I've told them ultimately they need to cool off. You know, like they need to stop, you know, chasing our things, right? They make their own thing.
I feel like the closest team you could relate right now to what we're seeing with Vitality is unfortunately just the Grand Slam winning Liquid. That's because they haven't won the major yet. If they start winning the major, you can start adding them to the ranks of the best teams of all time. But I think Apex and all of Vitality know that this is just a nice little streak and a couple nice tournaments if they don't actually pitch up in Austin the way that we all expect them to.
Now, the unfortunate thing, of course, anytime you have competition is that where there are winners, where there are things to celebrate, there is also a loser in every matchup. And in this one, Falcons, they came so close. They brought it to distance again, but they faltered. It's again a trophy that eludes them. They're still so new in with their new addition, but how do we rate Falcons here at the Blast Rivals?
I mean, Liquid is a great team that Maui brought up because this kind of felt like Liquid Astralis, where Astralis, no matter how much they faltered, Liquid could just never get it over the line. I think Falcons, they've shown some good things, but this is a game I mentioned before. Nico was having a tough series. He ends this finals as the worst rated player in the server on either team. And I want to give some credit to Vitality. That's not an accident. They played around it. They tried to avoid him. They didn't let him get into his comfort zone, but at the same time, something's up with Nico. He just couldn't make it work on the server. And if he shows up in a different final, if he's his normal self, they absolutely can take that themselves.
I would just love to see Nico change it up a little bit. I mean, there were rounds where he was just stuck in garage on nuke, outside, hoping for something to happen a minute into the round. Like, I wish he was a little bit more mobile. People like Apex, who play similar positions across a few of these maps in this series, are going to take their teammates, they're going to enact some kind of play, they're going to do something. And to me, that's a more modern way to play the game, because Nico, he's one of, if not the best rifle turrets in these active spots, but he just needs to sometimes flip the script a little bit, maybe even find a new wrinkle to his game.
We'll see if they can go for that reinvention, but here and now, we did have an opportunity to catch up with Tessas, who generously gave some time over towards Jacob. Let's give that a listen.
First and foremost, Tessas, commiserations on your loss. Another hard-fought battle, another best of 5 not going your way. Your initial feeling just straight after the game?
It sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, we didn't play our best today, and I think everyone in the team could kind of feel it. We tried to stay in the game as much as we could and not get frustrated. I think we did that quite well towards the end, but we still lost it, and they played really well.
Heading into the game, obviously you had the experience at Melbourne where you came super, super close. Now, knowing it was the same map pool, another grand final, did you believe more today that you were able to win?
Yeah, I think so. I also think we had a great belief last time, but we saw the weakness in Melbourne and we tasted blood, but not this time.
You said you didn't play that well today. Anything in particular that didn't work out for you guys?
No, I think they were just in general more ready for us, and maybe we didn't succeed that well individually. And in the key rounds, we kind of lost a lot of anti-forces, which hurt us a lot. And yeah, I think that's basically it.
I know you to be a guy that always value yourself as well and always evaluate yourself. Are you satisfied with your performance tonight?
No, I think I could do a lot better in certain rounds and certain things. I could do better and help the team more, and that's something I have to go back and look at.
One would argue there's no shame in losing to Vitality. You now come close twice. Do you consider yourself to be the second best team in the world as of right now?
I think it's hard to say. Like, let's play a few more tournaments and let's see. For now, it's still too early to say in my book at least. But I think we're up there and we're definitely a title contender. Except Vitality being on the top right now, and they cemented that for sure.
Speaking of playing more tournaments, where can people see you and play next?
Yeah, we'll play in Dallas, and then afterwards it's the major, the last tournament of the season, so 2 more left.
And I assume the major is the big goal for you guys. Now, given the progress you made already with m0NESY, are you going to be ready to contend for the title at the major in Austin?
Yeah, that's our main goal. As Sonic said to us, he really believes that we can lift that trophy. And before the major, we have a little time to practice at least, more than we had now at least. So that's the main focus and trying to prepare as much for that.
You've been close lifting that trophy before. It just slipped out of your hands, as some may say. Do you believe that you can win the major?
Yeah, I think everyone on the team does. With a little more practice, as we say, we really believe it. And just getting more chemistry with m0NESY and also us other guys, then we have a really good chance.
Thank you so much.
Texas on the mind there for Tessas, and who can blame him? Because look at what they've been able to do with 2-3 days of practice, maybe with m0NESY and the team.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is incredible. I'm a little bit disappointed that Tessas cites the frustrations, though, as being a factor that probably brought the team down, because with that context that we have, that it's been 2-3 days of practice, you would think that they're a little bit easier on themselves, but it's just that they've done so well so quickly that when you set the expectation that you could win at Melbourne, you almost have too lofty of goals and too lofty of sights for a team that is really kind of bordering on world or like all-time greatness. So I think Falcons are going to bounce back just fine.
That would definitely. I mean, I think you could feel on Tessa there was a lot like a post-match emotions going into it. That's also why he maybe drafts a little bit on the thing that that, you know, that some of the frustrations they maybe got to them a little bit. You know, they're still young and still like a young team from that matter, you know. And with the practice they had, they also need to be satisfied and look where they come from. You know, like in the beginning of the year, everything looked very dire. You know, they didn't get out of groups. Now they've actually made 3 consecutive finals. They've won one. I mean, they're just, you know, they're looking so much better. And, you know, if this is what they can show with like the very limited practice, then I mean, they should have a good, like, be a title contender coming into the major. And that is obviously what they also feel like is the goal.
Yeah, as you improve as a team, as you find better results, you increase your expectations. But I think when they go back to the drawing board, when they look at this event, they're going to go, guys, we got to the final. We got the 5 maps through on 2 days practice. We go to the major. We absolutely can bring this team and beat Vitality if we continue to improve.
And that improvement will be something we'll watch with great expectations, right? Because they've set a very high standard for themselves. And certainly m0NESY, we all knew it, but he has been as promised. If anything, over-delivering on expectations.
Just get the op in his hand. Just get the op in his hand.
Just give him that damn op. Give him that damn op and let the kid cook. But a Falcons team that will have to find their satisfaction at a future date, because we are coming to a close here at the Blast Rivals. The first ever Blast Rivals, and might I say, quite a successful show. A hell of a bout. The best teams the world of Counter-Strike has to offer, and they went toe-to-toe, and Vitality walked away still victorious. On the horizon, it's the Austin Major, the first Counter-Strike Major in North America in more than 7 years. We'll see you there. Yeehaw, everybody, and good night.